Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. I think this is going to be a really fun one because we have got some really wonderful things happening over the next couple of days. Lots of family time and it's going to be gorgeous. The weather is so warm, so glorious, so I'm in an excellent mood. It's happened again where I was on the waiting list for one of the events at Soho Farmhouse with Chloe, my Pilates instructor, and at the very last minute we found out that we got spaces. I actually booked 2 tickets because this morning's event, as well as a Pilates session, it's with 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 Barefoot, the trainers that I wear, that basically it's as though you're barefoot and we're going to learn so much about foot health and learn some foot exercises. I think we're going to be doing some barefoot walking. It's something that I've been really interested in learning a lot more about lately. So I'm going along with 𝑙𝑎𝑙𝑎, which is great because she is also a 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 fan, and because we're doing Pilates, I've got on a very jazzy, very spring coloured little combo. A nice lightweight linen shirt to get there. It's going to be in the glass house again, and it's going to be getting up to 23, 24 degrees at lunchtime, which for the UK is mega. So it's going to be toasty, but it's going to be fabulous. Hello, Dexy. Not allowed in here normally. So yeah, it's going to be a really lovely morning, so let's get going. No, you're not allowed in here. Come on. Come on, Dixie. We made it. We decided to take the bikes. 𝑙𝑎𝑙𝑎 may or may not have caused a domino effect. Whoops, Daisy. She grabbed her bike and the rest of them all ricocheted down. Ting, ting, ting. So we're just taking a slightly scenic route through the beautiful kitchen garden. Should we go that way? Yeah. Yep. It has grown so much in the 3 or 4 weeks since I last came. My gosh, it's so toasty. I'm glad to see they've got all the doors open in the greenhouse. I just don't bother with brassicas because our butterflies are cleverer than... I know, my pak choy's been ravaged. Look at this gorgeous setup. It's going to be a lovely morning. Well, that was another wonderful morning at Farmhouse. So we started off. Ben from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 Barefoot gave us loads of information about the importance of foot health and basically not binding our feet up in shoes that are keeping our toes all clenched together and providing too much cushioning underneath. And we did quite a few different foot exercises, which was really interesting. Lots of different massage techniques as well, which obviously our feet are very, very important, and yet, don't know about you, but I've never massaged or worked out my feet before, so something to really think about. And then Chloe took us through a 40-minute Pilates and 20-minute sound healing, which was just heavenly. We did have to really focus on the crystal bowls because at just the moment that Chloe started, they started doing clay pigeon shooting next door, which was not ideal timing, but yeah, it was a really fantastic morning. My mum is now doing this jazzy kind of foot scan where they can tell the different pressure points on your feet and getting a foot analysis, and I'm going to go and check out the new 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 Barefoot footwear collection. Let's go and see. What's it actually called?
What's this? This
yes.
is called the plantar pressure plate.
Plantar pressure plate, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm about to try out 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅's plantar pressure plate. So do I step on it and then it's going to tell me all about the different pressure points in my feet up on the screen here, is that right?
Yes, indeed. So those are your tootsies. This of course is the balance, which is in each corner. The goal is to get an even weight distribution.
Okay.
As soon as you look at one of these, the other ones will go. The way to do it is so the lines are in the middle and then the balls are on the line. So at the minute there, you've got a little bit more on that left heel than you had on the right, but you can see how sensitive it is.
Yeah.
The X is the peak pressure point. The goal is to get that onto the big toe, which without leaning forward. So it's can you kind of, yeah, keep it there and then get that X without too far, yes, exactly, like that and like that.
Okay, so they've got a few 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 Barefoots that we can have a look at here. This is one of the new designs, Primus Trail. I love this coral pink colour. And 𝑭𝒂𝒕 over here loves the fact that they are slip-on. So these have just shot up to the top of my wish list. And I've just grabbed Chloe's trainers. I hope she doesn't mind. These are coming soon to Vivo. They are ultra barefoot. So they've got really thin soles, literally the most barefoot of the barefoot shoes. And look at the fabulous colours again. Slip-on, which is great. I'm always getting inspo from different kitchen gardens, and they've got 2 large twigs, branches, well, 4, and then a cane of bamboo over the top, and then this string, which is fantastic for growing peas and mange too. Might have to steal this idea, do this at home. Okay, back home again. I wanted to show you this cute little set that I wore to the morning at Farmhouse. But it's kind of annoying, it's all really old. But these are Sweaty Betty, and this is an old Lululemon. But I think I'm gonna look out for some more pastel. I know I don't need any more sportswear, but I really like the pastel colors. I think it's quite good if you've got a little bit of a tan. My tan is all thanks to the Tan-Luxe gradual lotion that I've been wearing lately. Of course, I wore my Vivo barefoot trainers for the morning. It was so great to meet the team and find out more about them as well. You might be able to spot I have got a suitcase and a travel bag out here. This is the wonderful big bag from a brand called Tusting. And it's just so roomy. It's really great if you've got a little road trip. This is for tomorrow night, and then that is for a Pilates retreat that I'm heading on next week. But we're heading to Charlie's mum and dad's house tomorrow, so I'm just getting that bag all packed ready. And yeah, it's really glorious today. I think around 23 degrees at the moment. So I'm going to take my laptop outside, do a little bit of work out on the outdoor dining table, and then, of course, head into the garden. Okay, so I'm just pulling together my cosmetics that I'm going to be taking with me on my overnight stays, and there is a very exciting product that I think this may be the first time you're hearing about it, and I know that loads of you are going to love it, so it's something that I will of course be packing with me. Let me introduce you to 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is a revolutionary new product, and it's actually from the group that bought us our much loved Skin & Me. So 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is a slightly more luxurious brand it's kind of the next step for those of us that are perhaps a little bit more mature and our skincare goals are changing. So maybe we want to focus on moisturization levels, we want to focus on fine lines, pigmentation. That is where 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 comes in. So the process is that your skincare is completely personalized. My bottle has got my name in it. This is the revolution. So this is a serum and moisturizer in one, which is so convenient. And it's a serum, they call it a serum in a cream. You can see here, isn't the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It actually says 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒕 on it. So this is completely personalized skincare developed by the dermatology team. So what you do, similar of course to Skin & Me, because it's the same team, just, yeah, slightly kind of elevated product. How it works is you fill out an online questionnaire and then you add your makeup-free photos, just a selfie and a sideways photo, and the dermatology team will take a look at that. They'll take a look at the skin goals that you've provided, and they will create and design your product just for you. So the benefits of this, instead of going to the counter where it's kind of one size fits all, there's so many different ingredients, and often you don't have the person right there with the knowledge that's able to listen to your skin and recommend something for you. Whereas with 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, they've taken into consideration all of the things that you've mentioned on that questionnaire and your photos, and they've designed this product just for you, so for your particular skin goals. So in here you get prescription ingredients, cosmeceuticals that are often not actually available over the counter, and what that means, as so many of us have found with Skin & Me, is that it actually makes a huge difference to your skin. I have got friends, I mean I've mentioned this so many times before, but friends who have tried so many different products, have been on different medications, and it's only when they try personalized skincare that they actually see incredible results that not only you notice, but your friends notice as well, which really is saying something. I saved the packaging to show you because it's so beautiful. It really is more of a luxury skincare product. This is their branding, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Again, they are very mindful of not delivering a load of plastic packaging on your doorstep. And here they're talking about their 1, 2, 3 age management skincare structure. So number 1, the first core pillar is the core clinical ingredients, powerful and clinically proven ingredients to improve any lines, hyperpigmentation and firmness. And it's telling me here, I don't know if I'm allowed to reveal what my personal ingredients are. I will tell you. I've got 5% azelaic acid in here, and that's going to help with the firmness of my skin. This is all completely personalizable as well, and over time your ingredient percentages might change. You might increase certain ingredients so that you continue seeing amazing results. The next level, number 2, cosmeceutical actives, and I love that it's teaching you what these ingredients do as well. Selected to enhance midlife skin, and they say it's never too early to start thinking about these things, and complement the efficacy of your core clinical ingredients, gold standard for age management. So there's quite a few things here that actually I cannot pronounce. There's hyaluronic acid in here as well as ceramide lipids. And then number 3, the third core pillar, is their soothing hydrating blend. So again, we've got a variety of ingredients here, including provitamin B5. These are all with the aim of aiding the tolerance of your core ingredients. So sometimes you might find that your skin can be a bit sensitive when you use active ingredients for the first time, but this is incredibly hydrating. They've created and designed this blend so that you actually don't get that initial kind of sensitivity to your skin. The comforting combination aids the tolerance of your core clinical ingredients while hydrating and calming dry, sensitive skin. So if you wanted to, this could be the only product that you apply in the evenings after doing your cleansing. I personally still like to give it 10 minutes and then I will apply my night cream. My skin is just very, very thirsty and loves moisturizer, but I'm so excited to introduce this to you. If you really liked the sound of Skin and Me, but you maybe thought that you were a bit beyond that, then this could be for you. Or if you just want something a little bit more luxurious, then give this a try. I've graduated onto and begin. I will of course leave a link for this down below. I highly recommend you have a little look, take a look at the website, take a look at the incredible before and afters. I've been using this for about 6 weeks now, and I personally think my skin has never looked better. But please remember, as well as skincare, I'm trying to eat well, I'm doing LED masks, I think treat my skin well, but I think active ingredients is something that shouldn't be overlooked, and it really is such an effective way to reach your personal skincare goals. So I will leave 𝑭𝒂𝒐 linked down below, and if you use the discount code 𝑗OSIE, that will get you your first month for just $4.99. It is a subscription, so you don't need to worry about running out, because when the month is over, this will last you a month, which is really good because you want to keep your active ingredients fresh. Then a new one will appear in the beautiful packaging. It really is such a treat. I love their green. I love the branding of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It feels very me. Unites efficacy with luxury to meet your every midlife skin need. Prescription or clinical ingredients and proven cosmeceuticals meld within a soothing, hydrating formula. Your skin can have it all. That's their strapline, and I love it. So, a little secret that I've been keeping from you for a few weeks, and I know that lots of you are going to love it, so do check it out. I'll leave a link down below. Well, I can't quite believe I'm saying this, but it's actually so warm outside that I'm gonna make a milkshake, a coffee milkshake. And I'm very aware that by the time this vlog goes live, we'll probably be back to cold temperatures, but I'm gonna make the most of it. So I poured myself a coffee from the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 about half an hour ago. It's been sitting in the fridge, so it's now a cold coffee. I'm going to add a couple of dates, and I've just remembered that these ones are not pitted. So 2 pitted dates, a cold coffee, and then to make it luxurious and fabulous, I'm gonna add in a couple of scoops of my ice cream. Now, this is technically rhubarb ice cream, which is a bit weird to add to a coffee milkshake, but it's quite mildly rhubarb. It's mostly, I would say, vanilla. I hope I'm not going to regret this, and I need to make a new batch of that soon. Okay, I'm going to blend that and taste it. It might need some milk adding in, but let's give this a go. Let's give this a try. Okay, that was just quite weird, to be honest. I can taste the rhubarb and I can taste the orange zest that I also added to the ice cream. So I'm not sure I'd recommend trying this at home. Was it last year that I made a pistachio iced latte? That was much better. I would try that instead of this. I will still enjoy this because I need the afternoon coffee pick-me-up to fuel my gardening. And it's nice. It's just not something that I would repeat again. But still, I need the caffeine. Maybe it's growing on me. Okay, my first job in the greenhouse is to sow my squash and my pumpkin seeds. First of all, they need to soak for a few hours, so I've got a variety of vessels from egg cups to espresso cups that I'm going to soak them in. And this just kind of helps the seed to wake up and helps with germination. So I'm going to do, this is another kind of courgette. Look at my veins, that's because it's so hot in here. That is not a courgette. A squash musqué Provence. Squash marina de Choggia, that sounds fun. We've got a buttercup squash, which I think is a regular butternut, nigella, not a squash. And then these 3 types of pumpkins. I'm going to have a little look and make sure that I've not forgotten any seeds anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's get soaking. That's all done. Now I've written myself a little gardening jobs to-do list. We'll see how far down this list I manage to get in the next few hours. I don't know why, but I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with so many gardening jobs to do. There's just every corner that I look, every plant pot that I look at, it reminds me of another thing that I need to do. I can see why retired people love gardening, because it really does, well, it can take up as much or as little time as you want it to. But for me, I guess I'm just addicted and I want to do it all. But it's sure, I would honestly say it takes up at least 1/3 of my time in the summer months. So yeah, it's making me feel a bit stressed, but that's the complete opposite thing that it should be making me feel. So we're just going to start tackling the list. I've done the, well, I haven't sown the pumpkins, I've got them soaking. I'm going to do the top 2 things to begin with, plant cucamelons and pot on tomatoes. So here's the cucamelons. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seedlings there. Bought these from 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, so I'm going to plant these up into 5 of these hairy pots. These are great because you're not using any plastic. And then here are my tomato seedlings. We've got Sunrise Flare, Pink Tiger and Mango Lassie. I won't be planting any sausage dogs. I won't be planting any sausage dogs. And again, I'll do those in some hairy pots. So yeah, I saw them doing this outside the glass house at Soho Farmhouse this morning, so it's definitely the right time of year to do tomatoes. And it won't be long until we can put them out in the garden. In fact, I think I showed you this in the last vlog, but I know it's risky, but I had this spare little area behind my broad beans, so I did actually put some out in the garden a few days ago, and they seem to be faring quite well. You can see the horseradish is still trying to come up, so I keep trying to dig that out. Hopefully the tomatoes will take over. So this is going to be tomato land, and they should be in fruit when my broad beans are finished. So the ones that I'm potting on now, I can bring those out once the broad beans are over. Why are these flowers not looking happy? Need to keep an eye on those. Definitely need to get a few more ladybugs here to attack any aphids that might come and destroy my beans. My planted up pumpkin and squash. I will take them into the house to germinate because they like nice warm temperatures. So good luck, my little friends. It's a little bit late to be sowing pumpkins, but I trust that Mother Nature will help them to catch up. So there we go. Good job done. Just laying the table for our first barbecue of 2024, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. I thought, because we're having a barbecue and salad from the kitchen garden, I thought we could do a pick your own microgreen station on the table, and this one over here, my pea shoots, because they will be such a delicious and healthy addition to the kitchen garden salad. Sticking with the theme, using my 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 tablecloth and linens, Rebecca Udall plates and string from the garden centre. Some rosemary just tied in to the middle of the napkin, keeping it nice and casual, but I really like how that looks. And I thought the string was just quite a nice little scenic addition to the table. So when everyone has served, I will encourage them to take a few little snips of these wonderful microgreens, which should be absolutely delicious. I'm not going to bring the water jug out just yet because I think we're going to go for a dog walk first. But yeah, Charlie's cleaning the barbecue and it's going to be a lovely evening. And here's another look at our amazing wisteria. Ah, what a triumph. It looks so gorgeous. Okay, I have just had a really quick shower and outfit change. There is nothing better than that amazing feeling of a post-gardening shower. So we are meeting Chloe and Reese and their baby puppy Aubrey in the car park. Neutral territory to hopefully avoid problems with the dogs, because Dexy and Dicky can get so territorial. And then we're going to go for a walk. Hopefully all of the babies will make friends, and then we're heading back here for a lovely barbecue. I've popped on this green dress from H&M. You can probably hear the squeak of my shoes because I've popped trainers on for the walk. We're not going too far and it's still so nice and warm, so I didn't want to pop leggings on. So there we go. It's a gorgeous evening. Keep your fingers crossed that Dexy and Dicky and Aubrey become friends. Fingers crossed. We're choosing to ignore each other at the moment. I'm a bit distracted by really tasty sheep poo in the field. Dexy's approaching. Are we going to have a standoff? Or are we going to continue ignoring each other? Does anyone else have an antisocial sausage dog? Do I want to play? I'm keeping my distance. Play, Dexy! Come on, Dex, let's play! That was really skillful. She just flung some poo up and then caught it.
She's super agile though, isn't she?
You're just a tiny girl, and yet you're such a big girl. Careful. Careful.
No, Dexter. Dick in. Come on then. Come on then.
She's not impressed. She's not impressed.
Come on.
Dicky, you've made a fool of yourself.
And he'll yelp, but yeah, sound worse.
You're just not very good at making friends, are you, my teen?
But I also don't think you can leave dogs alone.
Dicky's just approaching lovely Aubrey and howling in her face. He's just not very good at making friends. Dicky, she's not scared. She's not scared of you. I just want to play. I just want to play. Oh, Dexy. If I show you my tummy, will you be my friend? First barbecue of the year is all go. What have we got on the grill today, darling?
We've got 2 Côte de Boeufs. I'm hoping they'll be good. I always sort of forget how to use this barbecue. I've sort of forgot that I'm using the wrong. You want to use cast iron for beef, basically.
Okay. As opposed to?
Well, that's why ∞ 𝑭𝒒𝒂𝒕 are quite expensive. Is there's loads of different things you can do. So first of all, you can use this, which is basically protects whatever you're cooking from the flames.
Okay.
So you're cooking over charcoal, without actually the flames hitting the. Do you know what I mean? Because most people that cook over charcoal, unfortunately, the charcoal just chars everything. Whereas,
which is not good for you, right?
In this situation, you are getting more of the flames on the asparagus.
So you get the flavour from the flames.
Yeah.
But you're not getting it completely burnt to a cinder.
Exactly.
Perfect. Don't drop any of that through, because if that's 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒕 asparagus,
I have dropped one through already.
Darling, we have to remortgage for this asparagus. It is.
Well, British asparagus generally
crazy.
is quite expensive, but we sort of know
so
why.
expensive. Yeah, because it's so what's the word? Fruitful. Oh no! Save it. Well, I think I would call this evening a success. Dickens is just notoriously not the friendliest of little boys, but if his way of making friends is charging up to other doggies and howling in their faces, then he certainly made a great effort this evening. I am very, very tired and looking very, very blue, but I didn't want to miss out on showing you my evening routine with 𝑭𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏. I've done my cleansing, and my evening routine is very simple. After cleansing, I'm popping a couple of pumps of this onto my face and my neck. Consistency-wise, it is basically a very hydrating moisturizer. It's called a serum in moisturizer, and so you get all of the benefits of the hydration of a moisturizer, but with all of the actives of a serum. To be honest, you could only use this, but as I think I mentioned earlier, I like to leave it 10 minutes and then put on a night cream, but it is just the most gorgeous consistency. I'll have to at one point in a future video show you this in better lighting. I do normally do this earlier on, but we've had a lovely evening. Barbecue food was great, and the doggies were pretty well behaved. And I have to say, I just love a multitasking product. The fact that this can just do everything in one product on evenings like this when I just want to get into bed is perfect. So that's what I'm going to do, my darlings. I will see you in the morning. Good morning, my darlings. It is now Saturday morning. As you might be able to tell from the attire, it is a toasty, toasty morning. It's 9:30 at the moment. I have been awake since 3:30. I think because I had rosé at like 10 p.m. last night was probably when I took my last slurp. I think if I drink too close to bedtime, it just really messes up my sleep. So I was lying awake at 3:30 and I thought I might as well just get up So at 3:30 this morning I was steaming my H&M order and setting up my drone. I took the most amazing clips for my first ever drone flight with my new drone. We've had a drone in the past, but I actually hadn't used it in ages. The previous drone shots that you'd have seen had been shot by Jake. It was really faffy, the old one, and took a long time to set up each time you wanted to fly it. And Jake was telling me about his drone, so I ended up treating myself to that one. So the intro clips to the last vlog that you'll have seen were actually my first ever drone flight on my new drone, and I'm so happy with the footage. It was a gorgeous morning at 5:30, the sun was coming up, there was mist over the fields. In fact, I might do another edit with clips that I didn't put in the beginning of the last vlog and show you some more of that footage here. Just the most beautiful flight this morning. Can't wait to play around with that a little bit more and capture the rolling Cotswold landscape through the seasons. I'm smelling amazing this morning because I had a really lovely delivery from Cult Beauty. They have just launched Sol de Janeiro. Is it Sol de Janeiro on the site, and their products just smell incredible. I put the Brazilian Bum Bum cream, I think you're meant to say boom boom cream, on my butt and thighs and tummy. Apparently it's super tightening. And in my hair, I've already done a Peloton this morning as well. Did you see that massive fly? Oh my gosh, it's that time of year. This is the Brazilian 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 Milky Leave-In Conditioner. Weightlessly hydrates, detangles, protects from heat and UV. And what they haven't written here is that it makes your hair smell amazing. So freshly blow dried. This cute little dress is from my H&M order that arrived yesterday. I love the H&M spring summer strappy dress collections when they bring them out every year, and this one has got the most lovely green pattern to it. I wish the bodice, I've got SPF on my chest, which is why it's looking a bit shiny. I've put this on. I'm going to take it with me because it's going to be 24 degrees today, which in the UK is hard. Yeah, it's got a really nice kind of grass-like pattern on it. At first I thought these were runner beans and I got really excited. I wish they would do a vegetable version. But yeah, I wish the bodice was all just like this kind of pleating and not this weird crisscross. But I still love it and will definitely keep it. I think my tan is now just a tiny bit of natural tan mixed in with Tan Luxe, which I think you can use my Look Fantastic discount code for. I feel so much more confident getting this much skin out when I've got a little bit of gradual tan on. This has to be one of my favourite things about this time of year, making a kitchen garden omelette. Excuse my huge amount of butter, but this has got the 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 𝑴𝒆 cheese in it, some kale and some rainbow chard from the garden and some spinach and some salt and pepper and local eggs, of course. Yummy! Made it to Windsor, to Charlie's mum and dad's house, and we are about to head out into the park. Well, actually, let me tell you what we've just done instead of what we're about to do. I just showed Charlie's dad, who is a big tech lover, the drone, and I did film a couple of little clips, just not too high, from the garden. If any of them are usable, I'll pop them in here.
You're obsessed, aren't you?
I am. So anyone that's watched this YouTube channel for a couple of summers, I don't think we did it last summer, but summer 2022, you might recognise this contraption. What are we doing, darling?
We are doing our best Chuckle Brothers impression. We're going in Windsor and I on the quadricycle.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if this is called a quadricycle anymore.
Well, it's got 6 wheels.
We grew up with the green
sexticycle.
one. We grew up with the dark green one, which is over there, which is a quadricycle.
Yeah.
This.
It's a secticycle.
It is really, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
so it's got 6.
Is 6.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's got 6 wheels.
Yeah, so I guess it is, Mum. What do you think?
Well, it's 4 people cycling, so quadricycle. So basically, you sit 2 and 2, and everybody is cycling, and Charlie's mum and dad have got royal permission to cycle this in the park.
Yeah, well actually we probably got even better permission now with the king, because he's even more into the environment, isn't he?
Yeah, but typically people aren't allowed to cycle in the park on things like this, are they?
It's kind of one of those grey areas in that there isn't anyone else that lives near the park that has one of these. So it's one of those grey areas, really.
Yes, right.
I love a grey area.
Let's get going. So we are in Windsor Great Park, and this area all around here is Guards Polo Club, where the royal family often come and either watch or play polo. And if we flip around this way, this is called Clara's Cocina, and it is an Argentinian little pop-up food area. We've just had some delicious wraps. We've got a huge menu, ice creams, coffees, lots of Argentinian specialities. I had an empanada, tostada, chicken chimichurri. It's very nice, and it is absolutely toasty. So this is an area in the park called the Punch Bowl, and as you can see it's like a big dip surrounded by azaleas and camellias and rhododendrons, obviously an ericaceous soil area. We've just missed some of these rhododendrons, but the few shots that I showed you a second ago walking from Guards Polo Club down here, it's just absolutely beautiful. Really nice time of year to visit. Let's carry on exploring. Have found a ginormous tree stump. Look at the size of it. It's bigger than both of our cars put together.
It's a bit like the sycamore gap trees. They were pretty old, weren't they? The trees, sorry.
Good morning, my darlings. It's now Sunday morning, so last night we all went to a family friend's 70th birthday party. I didn't bring you along. It was lots of fun. It was in their favourite pub in Windsor. There was live music, there was incredible Indian food. I love it when pubs surprise you with their cuisine. I was expecting like burgers and chips, and it was incredible Indian cuisine. And we had a lovely evening. This morning I've left Windsor, I've left Charlie and his family quite early-ish, because today is the Rare Plant Fair at Southrop House. I've brought you to Southrop House twice before. It's the home of Sophie Conran of interior notoriety, and the first time I came here was actually the day that I picked this car up, and it was for the her National Garden Scheme Open Garden Day. It was amazing, and that day was in 2022, and that was meant to be our wedding day, but then we postponed it to the following year because of various reasons, mostly because all of our favourite suppliers were busy that day, so we thought, what's another year? But it turned out to be the most glorious day weather-wise, and I was like, oh my gosh, this would have been such a great wedding day. Obviously, as you know, our wedding day was perfection weather-wise. That whole week was perfection, so everything happens for a reason. I digress. And then I came here for the Rare Plant Fair last year with 𝑙𝑎𝑙𝑎, and we're here again today. I have to say, it is busy. It's so busy. I couldn't believe how busy it was when we went to Daylesford House National Garden Scheme. I just feel like garden events and things like this have quadrupled in popularity, and as I'm saying this, I know that I'm partially to blame. I've already seen a few people in the queue that I actually recognise as people that follow us on Instagram, so I know that I'm also to blame for increasing the popularity of these things in a very, very tiny way, but I also just love to see it. My passion for all things outdoors and gardening, obviously I'm so thrilled to know that other people are getting enjoyment from these things as well. So today is a rare plant fair. Some of the plants are not that rare, but they're ultra beautiful. I remember we got some gorgeous salvia from here last year and loads of other things. Just wondering how much cash I've got with me, because these things are always cash events. Yes, enough, thank goodness. So I'm just waiting for Mum, but I think I'm actually going to get in the queue for the entrance because there are so many people here. But 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 House itself is beautiful, and hopefully we might be allowed to look around her gardens. I'm sure we will. It doesn't look like people are looking around her greenhouse, because normally there's like signage and you can go and look around her greenhouse. It's the famous wooden framed greenhouse that you will have seen on Instagram. It's very, very beautiful. Anyway, without further chisel chit chat, oh, looks like Mother is arriving. She's coming down the driveway. So yeah, let's go and explore. So this is the Rare Plant Fair, and in a moment you will see the beautiful 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 House. Gorgeous. I love houses with this rounded frontage. So beautiful. Right, let's start shopping. A lovely terrace outside at the back of the house, and I remember 𝑙𝑎𝑙𝑎 and I were really impressed last year at the amount of herbs growing through the cracks in her little terrace flagstones. It must be a bit later in the year than last year because the tulips are over, and I remember they were in full bloom last year, but really interesting design. She's got about 3 or 4 rows of herbaceous planting, so you get to stroll through them. You can stroll through the little archways, and then from the house you look out and it just looks like a sea of herbaceous borders. So let's see what she's got in bloom. Her alliums are about the same stage as ours. She's got so many euphorbia, peonies. If you come for the National Garden Scheme Open Day, normally the peonies are in full bloom. What are they?
These are massive 𝑭𝒊𝒂𝒕s.
𝑭𝒊𝒂𝒕s?
Yeah.
Blimey. And what's this? That leaf is familiar, but I can't remember what it is.
It's a delphinium.
It looks like delphinium leaf, doesn't it? Shall we see what herbs she's growing outside of her terrace? This is a little area behind the herbaceous border terrace. It's a shaded garden, so it's always nice to see what's growing in the shady areas. 𝑙𝑎𝑙𝑎 and Charlie have got an obsession at the moment with shuttlecock ferns. They are quite striking, aren't they?
It's because they really do look like shuttlecock.
They do.
Particularly, they're really hollow in the
It
centre.
really does.
And they spread.
Gorgeous. And are these types of iris, those tall ones? Because they are such nice cut flower.
No. I don't know what they're called, but it's not iris.
Let's have a look with our picture this. Okay, if anyone doesn't know, you can use your iPhone now.
Did you have to pay for that?
No, so look, if you take a photo, I don't know if this will work because it's so far away, but you take a photo, and then normally you click this information button, come on, and it knows that there's a plant there. So you click look up plant, Anthericum, and it will diagnose it for you.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, look, Anthericum. A genus of 65 species, perennial plant.
It is rather lovely.
It is. Have to get some of that. We're admiring this shaded border that's got wild garlic just completely filling every single gap amongst the ferns. And what did that lady say these were called? Echinacea. So a lady actually overheard me telling you about the iPhone thing, and she was like, it's actually wrong, they're Echinacea. And she was totally right. So maybe I was a little bit far away, but I just love this style of planting where it's everything shoved in, super busy, and not too neat and tidy. Gorgeous, wild and wonderful. You and your ferns. And I love the mossy steps. No, I don't think they're shuttlecock, are they? Look at these beautiful steps covered in moss and the dapple lighting. Euphorbia. Gorgeous. We are back round on the herbaceous terrace. So it's really lovely. They've put, I mean, this is just so British, isn't it? They've got beautiful long tables in amongst the rows of herbaceous flowers where everyone's having their tea and cake. How gorgeous. I mean, what a setting. Beautiful alliums and iris blending in together with euphorbias and other things that I don't know what they are but are absolutely beautiful. Well, we've actually not been up to this bit before, but this is her pond, which we were told at the doorway not to fall into. She's even got wild garlic growing around here, and our pond is really shady, so this is major inspo. And the wild garlic flowers don't look dissimilar to the flowers on the lily pads. So pretty. Gorgeous. I just love the wild garlic around the pond, because look over there, the wild garlic flower is reflected in the water again.
Beautiful.
Stunning. A very pretty little pergola covered in roses, just overlooking the house. Nice for a spot of shade. The good news is we are allowed in the kitchen garden, so we can see the iconic greenhouse, normally full of pelargoniums, but I always also love to see what is planted out in the garden. So let's have a little rummage. Wow, beautiful. I think she's added more beds since last year. These all look rather new. Beautiful. Because it is so toasty today, but here we are inside the beautiful greenhouse, and it's completely full of pelargoniums and geraniums. Absolutely gorgeous.
I love that one.
Which one? Oh, so beautiful with the pink flowers. And I remember from last time, I just love this sink setup. It's so gorgeous. The dream to have a sink in your greenhouse. Gosh, it's tropical in here. It must be about 50 degrees. Lila's having a mid-morning snack. Of course, they're teeny weeny. This is going to be a corridor of sweet peas and climbing beans that is going to be absolutely stunning. It's obviously made of willow because it's starting to sprout at the top. How gorgeous. They've done a complete redesign, I think, of this kitchen garden since last time. Yeah. Yep, lots of lovage.
Beans, look at the beans.
So many beans.
How are they standing alone then?
Because they're so densely compacted growing next to each other, I guess. And I love this. Absolutely beautiful. my goodness, almost anemone geranium-esque. Lady's bonnet. Wow! Wow!
How lovely.
Gosh, absolutely spectacular. And I just love how she's got the natural witch hazel as her little borders. Great if you've got children charging around. We've looked around and I think we're going to head to a nearby garden centre to get some tea and a spot of lunch, because the queue for the food here is probably about an hour. But I'm going to end this vlog here, darlings, on this lovely note in this beautiful garden. It's honestly stunning here. It's absolutely roasting today, but we've had a gorgeous little look around, full of inspo, and we've picked up some gorgeous blooms. Lala nearly had a fisticuffs with someone over a ranunculus, didn't you?
I did.
One stall sold out of this particular.
I had my elbows out.
Elbows out,
They were
claws
the
out.
last ones.
We got the last 3 of a particular kind of ranunculus.
Of the whole
The whole plant there,
So-
yes. So Lala nearly had to. I'm joking, of course, but we're very glad that we got them. But yes, thank you for watching this vlog, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.